Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Let me make sure I press the right button. Uh, we are here today to both watch Simon solve proximity, and I'll talk a little bit about what went into making proximity and some of the stories behind it. And also, I'm going to solve a bunch of puzzles afterwards. So this video is like 48 minutes, so probably I'll talk about it for somewhere in the vicinity of 100 minutes. Need to adjust my mic gain, possibly. Well, I'll wait to see if anyone else thinks so. Hey, Jay, by the way, nice to see you. Todd, David, Laura, David, great to see everyone. Zetamath, by the way, should have a lowercase z, but I will survive. Can understand. It was quieter than usual until a few seconds ago. Fascinating. Technology is so weird. Anyway, so what should I say? Should I say anything in preamble to this? Or should I wait? I'll wait till the grid's on screen. So we can start watching the intro of Simon's video, and then we'll see. Oh, I was told to keep my mouth far away from the mic, but we'll see. Oh, David has made a donation for this in your amazing Arrow app. I have an Arrow app? I will give a donation. Woohoo! Thank you, David. Thank you. Oh, the worm thing. Okay, so Tristan can inform me whether he would like me to actually turn up the mic gain or not, or others in chat can chime in with their preferences. I'm not quite sure what is exactly going on.
Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where rather excitingly we have a brand new puzzle to have a look at by the great zetamath. This is called Proximity.
Okay. Okay. And so I need to go to be right back because Tristan's going to do some work. So we'll see you in just a moment.
Hey, it's me. I'm testing the mic live. Let's see. We are very professional here at zetamath.
Zeta looks different.
Okay, we're gonna try this and leave it like that.
Okay. Yes, real stream after this. That's the plan. Okay, let's see how that does. I should say, by the way, I greatly appreciate that lately every Simon feature that I get is titled something like The Return of zetamath, even though I feel like these videos are like a month apart from each other, implying that... and it's not like I didn't publish a puzzle between this one and the previous one, so who knows exactly what's happening. But I mean... if Simon wants to do a puzzle by me every day, I suppose I won't complain. Although it will require a lot of reaction streams.
I haven't seen many new zetamath puzzles in a while, so this is a particular delight to me. I'm a huge fan of the great man's puzzles. Yeah, it's got something like a 98% approval rating on Logic Masters, 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and actually the rules are incredibly straightforward today. We'll go through them together in a moment or two's time, but it's quadruples and arrows. So
yeah, I think this is one of the few puzzles I've published recently where I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a 3, and then the testers said like 2.5, 3.5, something like that, and I was like, okay, yeah, so it's a 3, and then Logic Masters Germany made it a 3, and everything was good. Yeah, I'm glad you think the grid looks clean. There'll be a story about this given 4, because spoiler, it was not there originally. It looked cleaner without the given 4. Yeah, the quads, I tried deliberately to, like, I try and make it so that when I do quads, of course you can with quads make any combination that you want, but I find that it makes the puzzle a lot more pleasant if you're not scanning for like, oh, what does this 279 quad do? So I tend to make my quads, when I make them, feature either consecutive groups, or in this case, I went with all of my quads are subsets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9. So the quads are all entropic, or monoentropic, or whatever phrase you want. But yeah, I find that like if you want your quad puzzles to be more pleasant, I think making the quad digits be somehow connected is very reasonable. David says that he entropy colored the grid while solving it. I entropy colored the grid while setting it, so it makes sense. I don't think maybe I partially entropy colored it when I did my test solve, but it wasn't as necessary. But yeah, certainly thinking about entropy is definitely the point of the puzzle.
If you know what those mean, you're good to go. Anyway, well, yeah, as I say, we'll read the rules together and have a go at this in a moment or two. Couple of things to mention before we kick off today. In fact, what I will mention is the fact that we have an app of zetamath puzzles. Have I got a tab with it? Ooh, I do have a tab with it, but I don't know if that will show. It does show up. Hooray! There you go. So yeah,
Woohoo!
We've got a new app, a zetamath worm, full of, well, you can see one of the puzzles there. So these are sort of linked sudokus. So you solve one puzzle and then it gives you a few digits for the next, etc. So if you've never seen zetamath puzzles before and you enjoy the one we're about to try together, then there's a whole load more of them in this app. And our apps, as usual, are available on Steam, they're available on the App Store, and they're available on whatever the Google thing is. Is it Google Play or Android?
I am quite proud of the worm. I'm glad they finally released it. The app that's been coming out for the past, I don't know, I'd guess maybe like over a year. They've been saying like, oh, there'll be a Zeta worm soon. It's actually there. For the worm, by the way, what I did is I made each grid has its own constraint, and then the last grid has all the constraints. But I also made it so that every constraint only appears in one shape. So like in the grid that is region sumlines, all of them are that L shape. And in the grid that's German whispers, they're all just a 2-cell vertical or horizontal German whisper. And the Renbon are all those sort of like diagonally ones. So I think aesthetically, I'm not actually sure, funnily enough, if the app even lets you see the whole worm at once. So it's possible I did all of this for no reason at all. But aesthetically, we have that. Now, one thing I'm really interested in doing, because they really wanted it to be the case that you could like solve the first puzzle completely and then solve the second one completely and so on. I wanted to at least have a little bit of back and forth linkage, but I kind of want to set a worm where actually you need to think holistically in order to actually solve it. But I'm not sure their app is actually particularly nice for that. But if you can solve the puzzles completely independently, it feels to me like it's not really so much a worm as it is a just a series of 6 puzzles. But I guess I've talked at some length before about my thought about puzzle packs or puzzle hunts or whatever, where it's just like solve a series of puzzles and then you're done. And then it's like, well, you might as well just release this as separate puzzles. Anyway, having had this wonderful freeze frame on Simon for a bit.
I don't know. Wherever you normally get your apps, that's where you can find it. What else? I've got a couple of birthdays. Well, I'll mention actually. Where are we in terms of the month? We are getting towards the end of June. I'm delighted to tell you that I heard from Mark, by the way, who won. This is not Mark Goodliff, as in cracking the cryptic Mark, but this is Mark as in the winner of our monthly competition for the month of June, and Mark is game to try and solve a puzzle. So hopefully there'll be a new viewer solve video soon. But I will also mention on the 1st of July we have a brand new competition going live. Sandra and Nala, so you might guess there's some Fog Sudokus involved, and Panthera, so also some Japanese sums puzzles. So that's going to go live on the 1st of July at 4 p.m. UK time, so look out for that. That will be a lot of fun. What else, guy? Let's do the birthdays. Well, actually, the first is not a birthday.
But David asked if we're going to Sudoku Con in Manchester this year. We're not going to Sudoku Con in Manchester this year. That was perhaps. Well, I spent my travel funds on going to Sudoku Con in Boston last year, so it's not at all out of the question that I'll go to a Sudoku Con in Europe at some point. But I need to accumulate some travel funds to do that. So not this year, but I don't know where the one after Manchester is. I don't know if that's been announced or not. But I definitely would enjoy going to one in the UK at some point, or somewhere else in Europe. I'm not sure exactly where.
But it's a shout out to Alicia and Corey, who are celebrating their 25th anniversary today with a party over there in Calgary. One of the reasons I know this is that they were kind enough to send us an invitation. Much as I would love to be there, I've never been to Calgary. I would love to go, but I have never had that pleasure. So I can't make it, but it was very, very kind to be, very, very thoughtful to be asked. So thank you to you both. I hope you have a great, actually, can I, I don't know.
I should send Simon an invite to my
technology is beyond me. I was going to try and show you the invitation. If I remember, I'll try and slot it into the video at the appropriate moment. But thank you both. And I hope you have a great anniversary.
Okay, well, I'm guessing if he said this at the beginning and then remembered to do it at the end, that means this puzzle probably didn't traumatize him too badly.
And I hope there's some splendid cake to enjoy. And then, the other birthday, Meg, it was your birthday yesterday. I'm sorry I missed this. Your boyfriend Sam did write in time that I was a doofus. So I'm sorry that I'm late with that, and I do hope that you had some chocolate cake and had some excellent icing. I hear the two of you watch the channel together, so thank you both for doing that. And Meg, I hope it was a very good birthday. Now, that is all the news. I should start solving, and I should start solving relatively quickly, I think. I don't mean I should solve quickly. I just mean I shouldn't procrastinate for too long, because let me tell you, the humidity here is absolutely off the charts. It is still ridiculously hot here in Surrey. We've had 3 consecutive days here in the UK where we have beaten the highest ever temperature for a June day.
Well, that's not what you really hoped for.
Starting on Thursday, we had the highest temperature. Then Friday was the highest temperature. And now, maybe I got that wrong. Wednesday was the highest. Then Thursday, then Friday was even higher. And it's still just absolutely boiling. I think it's meant to get less ridiculously hot at some point this evening.
Unfortunately, it's supposed to get ridiculously hot here next week, which I'm not thrilled about, if I'm being
actually
honest.
melting. But we'll see. Anyway, so that's why I should get on with solving, shouldn't I? And stop rambling. Shall we have a look at the rules then? To proximity by zetamath, what do we have to do to solve this puzzle? We have got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Then digits along an arrow must sum to the number indicated in the circle from which the arrow emerges. Digits may repeat along arrows if allowed by other rules. So if this was 1, 2, 3, you would write 1 plus 2 plus 3, and you would write 6 into the arrow circle. That's how arrows work. Very straightforward. And quadruples, one of my favourite constraints. So digits in a quadruple circle must be placed at...
Yeah, I agree. Quadruples are really great, and they don't show up too often, and I think it's exactly because of what I talked about at the beginning, that quadruples are sort of hard to set aesthetically. I think I did a reasonable job of that here, but it's difficult, but they're super fun to solve, so I think they should appear ideally more often in the universe.
At least once in the 4 cells touching that circle. So those cells there have to include at least 1 7, at least 1 8, and at least 1 9. It's that straightforward. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking.
Will that arrow have repeat digits to feed? We'll have to find out, won't we?
There are only 3. There are 3. If we look at 3-cell arrows, by which I mean arrows where you can't repeat a digit, which is certainly true for all of those arrows there. They all have to be different numbers. Then we know that the minimum this could be is a 1 plus a 2 plus a 3, which sums to 6. So each of these circles must be at least a 6. And that means... I don't know what that means, actually. Well, actually, I can see some things emerging from the fog of the quadruple clues. Let's look at this quadruple clue.
You got to navigate the U-Bahn.
Around this clue, we have to have a 7, 8, or a 9. Now, you can never put 7, 8, or 9 on a 3-cell arrow. Because imagine you did. Imagine we tried to make that a 7, for example. The minimum these could be would be 1 and 2, and that makes 10. That's too many to go into this circle. So these have to be 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, and there's something a bit similar going on with this 4, 5, 6 triple here, in the sense that how many of these what we could call middly digits can we put on an arrow? And the answer is exactly 1. We couldn't put 2 on because they would be a minimum of 4 plus 5, and once we added this digit in, we get to a double-digit number here. So these digits have to be 2 of the 4, 5, and 6, and one of them is going to have to go on here only.
Longtime viewers will not be surprised that I set this in exactly the opposite of the order he is going over this, but it's fine because these 3 are relatively independent. But I, of course, started with the box 1, 1, but he's starting, and it makes some sense to start with the ones that can't be high rather than the ones that can't be low.
Okay. So that's interesting because there's another feature that we can think about in relation to a 3-cell arrow where all the digits have to be different. You must have in that sequence 2 of the digits 1, 2, and 3 at least. Because imagine you didn't.
Shocked
if in this sequence we didn't have 2 of the digits 1, 2, and 3, the minimum the arrow could be would be a 1, a 4, and a 5. Well, that's 10 again. It's too many. So there must be 2 low digits on here. So this must be a low digit. Feels like that's doing something with that, but we'll come back to that in a moment. So one of these is a 4, 5, and 6 from the quadruple. The other is a 1, 2, or 3.
So just center mark them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be helpful, right?
This can't be a 6 anymore because we are adding a 4, 5, or a 6 on the arrow. And the only way of making a 3-cell arrow add up to 6 is if it is exactly equal to 1, 2, and 3. This can't be a 6. Because this arrow can't be a 1, 2, 3 arrow, because we've got 1, 2, and 3 having to be in 3 of those 4 cells. Yes, okay, so these 2 digits are 1, 2, and 3 then, using the logic I was sort of applying to this one. Because if these...
This 1, 2, 3 triple ended up doing something absolutely delightful that I did not at all intend at the beginning. But the fact that one of these 3 digits has to be a 3 is going to be my favorite step of the solve. So you can look forward to that if you've not already solved the puzzle, seeing that. But that ended up being like I tried this a bunch of different ways, and then when I found that step later, I was like, because these 2 arrows, I started with these 2 arrows and this 1, 2, 3 marking, and then I tried a bunch of sort of evolutions of this, and it sort of made a lot of sense aesthetically to have a 789 quadruple and a 6789, or sorry, and a 3-cell arrow sort of in the next box, because the like everything sort of lines up. So I tried a bunch of variations, but it sort of worked out nicely once this all sort of got put together. But anyway, sometimes things just work out, and then you find the thing that works out.
Weren't 1, 2, and 3. And we put 2 of the digits 1, 2, and 3 in here instead. Oh, whoopsie. Then we could only put 1 of the digits 1, 2, and 3 on this arrow, and then the minimum of the arrow would be 1 plus 4 plus 5, which again is too high. So there's a 1, 2, 3 triple here, and 1 of the digits 1, 2, and 3 is in there, which is actually the same as that one, isn't it? And now that digit is at least 4. So this, right, this is lovely. This arrow now can't be a 1, 2, 3 arrow, because this cell can't be 1, 2, or 3. So
Hey,
now we've
welcome.
got a 7, 8, 9 triple in the top row.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to it.
And well, okay, so these have to be from 1, 2, and 3, because remember, it's the same trick on this arrow. There must be 2 low digits, and this just can't be a low digit. So that's a middly digit. These 2 are low digits. We know one of these is a low digit. Yeah, that's got to be it. So it's something to do with, yeah, you can almost see the entropy flowing down, can't you? If we look at those quadruples, we've got a 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 6, a 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, often we refer to that in Sudoku terms as an entropic constraint. Now, so one of these is 1, 2, 3. One of them is 4, 5, 6. Right. Okay. Okay, so what we could do now is look at this domino, I think.
It's not a thermodynamically closed system. That is important.
This cannot be a 7, 8 pair. Because where would we put 7 and 8 in column 4 if this was a 7, 8 pair?
This is a fascinating way of
approaching
approaching
here
this.
Because of this quadruple clue. So they can't go.
I think this is equivalent to the way I thought about this, but this is a fascinating way to see this.
In any of those cells, they couldn't go in their own box, and they certainly can't go. One of them could go here, but you can't put a 7 or an 8 on a 3-cell arrow. So there must be a 9 in there. So there is. Right. So the one of this purple domino is not 9, and that digit is actually placed in this column, because it can't go there because of this 7, 8 quadruple. So it's not in any of those. It's not in any of those because it's already in this one of these 2 cells in box 5, and it can't go on the arrow. So it is that digit. Therefore this digit is not 9. So maybe I need 2.
I did this by chasing this digit through the quadruple, was my my way of sort of thinking about this. It's going to get him the same place for sure. But I said this digit is one of those 2, and then sort of traced this digit and that digit through into this box to eventually get what he's doing here by sort of thinking about each of these. This works, of course, although he hasn't noticed yet that this can't be 9 because these are 3 different 7, 8, 9s. Hopefully that doesn't bite him.
Colors here. So the 9 in this column is down there. So the 9 is, yeah, that's good. Where's 9? In box 2 now. It can't go there because there's a 7, 8, 9 triple in row 1. That is a 9. Right, so let's have two colours here. Let's go for green
Yes,
and
that is
purple.
exactly how I did it. Is color this digit through here, so this digit definitely lands in that cell. You can do that just by the fact that this digit is down here, and then unravel that means that this digit is 9. So Simon sort of did this step in the reverse order of the way that I said it.
And then we'll say that the 7/8 digit there is the green one. So that's green. And we'll say that 9 is purple. So that's purple. There's a purple down here. And this digit is now, I'm going to say it's blue. It's not 9, because we know the 9 in this the 9 in this quadruple clue
Good.
is on this
He
side.
did not get tricked by that.
So this is 7 or 8, and that digit is a 9 now. That's beautiful.
Oh wow, yeah, that is a really nice way to end up seeing this. That's just not at all the way that I did this. But yeah, the now it's staring at a 7/8 pair. That's very cute.
That's definitely right, isn't it? Feels right. So
it's certainly right.
Yeah. So what zetamath's done here is it's really lovely. So we placed the green 7/8 in this column here. We know in this triple the other of 7 and 8 has to be in this cell. And so now we've got both flavors of 7/8 looking at that digit there. So that must be 9. It can't be a 7 or an 8, which means this corner digit is now the blue 7 or 8. And now this digit can't be a 6, because the only way a 6 can go on a 3-cell arrow is if that is a 6 plus a 1 plus a 2, which makes 9. So that digit is low. That one can be a 6 with a 1-2 pair.
In fact, at this moment, I don't know if Simon is about to say this or not, but at this moment, you can prove that this digit must be a 4, with no further thought about anything outside of these two arrows and this triple. I don't know if Simon's going to see it right away, but that is my favorite thing out of this puzzle.
9 is definitely purple, using our purplification rule. Well, when I say purplification rule, I mean the fact that we have assigned purple to the digit 9. Okay. In this quadruple clue, 6 can't go on this arrow, because again, it would make this add up to 9. So the 6 is, I don't really know how to pencil mark that, but it's in that dominant.
Yeah, it's not the nicest to pencil mark.
A 1 of 4 and 5, and 1 of 1, 2, and 3. Now that's a frivolous pencil mark, but I hope you'll forgive me making it, because it feels like it's probably sensible to make it. Blue in box 2 is in one of 2 places.
That is definitely intended.
Blue in box... it's not brilliant, but blue in box 5 is in one of 2 places. Blue in box 4 is on the arrow. It can't be in this cell because of the blue being in the corner. So that's it. This arrow is an enormous number. In fact, it's a 9. That's lovely as well. Right. All we did there is plot blue around the grid. And we worked out that blue by Sudoku is on this arrow. But there's a quadruple clue here that's saying 1 and 3 are not available for this arrow. So imagine if blue was 8. What would this arrow be? It would be at least 8 plus 2. And that would make this a double-digit number.
Bye.
So blue is 7. Green is 8. So blue is 7. Blue is 7. Blue is 7. Blue is 7. This is going to have to be a 2-7 pair. Adding up to 9. Now 9 was purple.
Oh, Simon is going to have seen this without seeing the thing that I alluded to before. So let me explain this. Let's see. Can I jump back? I don't know if I want to jump back for a second. But the point I was making about this, let me explain how it works without reference to this piece that's going to get Simon there. These two arrows were a 7-8 pair. That's a 1-2-3 triple. The question that you can ask is, which arrow has the 3? Well, the 7 arrow definitely doesn't have the 3, because 7 is uniquely a 1-2-4 arrow. So that means the 8 arrow is a 3-1-4, which actually tells you that these two digits are a 5-6 pair, and this is a 4 before you even know which order the 7 and the 8 go in, which I thought was very cool.
Right, so let's do that. 9 is now on this... it's in this domino in box 1, but this arrow is a 7 arrow, so that's you can only do that in one way in Sudoku. So that's going to have to be 4 plus 1 plus 2. So this is a 3. This is now a 3-9 pair by Sudoku, because we need to have 3 in the quadruple clue, and we need to have 9 in there by Sudoku. No, that doesn't work. This digit is not 3. This digit is not 3. This digit is not 3. This digit is not 2.
I love how he used the 3-9 pair
to
deduce that digit wasn't 3.
8 is in that domino. So that circle down at the bottom is now not a very large digit at all. 2 in column 1 is on that arrow. We can't make a circle add up to 2 because we can't put 2 1s in there. So these digits are 5, 6, 8. This is not an 8. So there's a green in one of these. An 8 arrow with a 3 on it must be accompanied by 2 digits that sum to 5, which can't be 2, 3 anymore because that will break Sudoku. So that's going to be a 1-4 pair. So 4 in this quadruple clue, the 4 is on the left side, so it's not also on the right side as well. This is a 5-6 pair now. And
Sudokuing intensifies.
Now 3 in the top row is over there. Can't be in these 2 cells. Get rid of the corner mark. In fact, look, we've got the 9 here. So that's 8, that's 9, and we can re-administer the colouring. So 9. So 9 is now on this domino, which has got a 2-3 pair in it. So at least one of 2 and 3 is on the bottom of this 2-3 quadruple clue. I love the flow of zetamath's puzzles. They always have this. They have this sort of, when you look in the right place, the logic is very, very, very clean.
That's always what I strive for. That's exactly what the feeling I wanted to have.
Okay, and this quadruple clue is not a 1-3 pair there, because that would be a 4, and that would clash here. So at least one of the digits, 1 and 3 around this, is on the left-hand side of it. If they were both on the left-hand side of it, then this arrow would be a 2 plus at least a 4.
I think you're going to have to do some more Sudoku.
It can't be a 2 plus a 1, can it? Because that, if it was 2 plus 1 equals 3, then this quadruple would break, because you'd have to put the 1 and the 3 in those cells, and that would be a 4.
As absolutely bonkers as it sounds, it's exactly why that quadruple and arrow were there, because that needed to be this digit was known to be a 4, and I needed to somehow argue that this arrow that I had down here couldn't be a 3. And so that this constellation of things, this already had a 1 in it because I used the 1 to resolve this, but I added the 3. That's a nice thing when you're setting with quadruples, by the way. You can always just chuck an extra digit in there. No one will notice. Throwing in the 3 there, together with also simultaneously throwing in this arrow, ruled out that this was 3-2-1. Because at that point in the setting, I even checked. This is a nice thing you could do. It was very possible for this to be a 3-2-1 arrow until
so this is
I
not
set
2
this up.
plus 1. So it's at least 2 plus 3. So the corner digit is at least a 5. So right, that's useful because remember, it's not 7, 8, or 9 in column 1's pencil marking already. So that can only be 5 or 6, and that's either a 2-3 pair. Oh, it's going to be related to this, isn't it? It's either a 2-3 pair or a 2-4 pair. Right.
So the most random 5, 6, 8 triple I have seen in a while, but yeah, this was sort of set around that.
So 1 in the column is there. It's in that domino.
Yep. He didn't see it as a 5, 6, 8 triple, but it worked just fine.
Oh, and there's a 5, 6,
now
8 triple in column 1. So basically, in column 1, all of the high digits have made their entrance. They are on the stage, which means the rest of the column has to be just low digits. So those are 1, 3, and 4. They can't include 2 because 2 has to go down here by sudoku. This one, we got a given digit, which is, I always ignore given digits because for some reason my brain has filtered them out. They're given to me so rarely, I don't really see them properly.
So I'll say a little bit more about this later, but the short version is that when I set this, I missed the possibility that this arrow could be an 844 arrow. And it was broken, but it was broken in a disgusting way, not a pretty nice way. So this 4 is really this given 4 is just so that when someone is solving this puzzle, they don't have to work hard to prove that this arrow is not 844.
I've got 2 4s now in the grid. Could that be a 4? Be a 1, 3 pair? Maybe not. Not sure. Or I probably haven't done some sudoku. This row and this row, it looks like there's all sorts of low numbers going on.
Eventually he will need to notice the 7, 8.
I don't know. All right, so what am I meant to look at now, then?
Laura says I can
This
place 7
arrow?
in box 5. Yeah, that would be helpful.
It could have. It's got to be quite a big arrow because it's not got 1 on it. It's not got 2 on it. It could have 3. It can't have 4 on it. Oh yeah, there's going to be this arrow. Right. Sorry. So this arrow. In fact, does it have to have 3 on it? Maybe that's the point. Yes. Okay. So imagine that this arrow here. We already know it doesn't have 1 on it. We already know it doesn't have 2 on it. We know it doesn't have 4 on it. So if it didn't have 3 on it, it would be at least 5 plus 6, and that would be a double-digit number. So it does have 3 on it, which means this doesn't have 3 on it, which means this is a 1, 4. It means that this is a 2, 3, adding up to 5.
Okay, now the question is, will Simon remember he previously said this cell was going to interact with this 2, 3 quadruple? There's a 0.1% chance I would remember that if I was solving this puzzle, but Simon saw it instantly, and it is that was what was going to happen, but it wasn't relevant at the time. Will he remember that he already made the deduction that is relevant here? That is the question.
Makes this a 5 by sudoku, and we get a 6, 8 pair in column 1. And this arrow, well, this is either a 3 plus 5 equals 8 or a 3 plus...
Dr. Professor Caveman suggests that the next time I just add it to the rules. Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the circled cell and cannot be an 844 if the circle is in row 9, column 8. That is the height of elegance. I think that would have been much better than putting a 4 in the grid.
Plus 6 equals 9, and that digit is a whopping old digit.
Also, I was absolutely terrified as I was setting this that I was not going to be able to resolve all of the random pairs. So up until the very end, all these random pairs are all over the place, and they don't resolve. There's solutions with both of them, and I admit I didn't really want to plug this into Rank's solver to tell me what the uniquifying digit was, so I didn't do that, but I eventually found something that did it. But I was like, I'm going to end up with a deadly pattern somewhere, and I'm going to have to reset some whole horrible part of this puzzle because I've accidentally created a deadly pattern, but fortunately I didn't. But it was just through stubbornness and luck, I suppose.
And that's going to be very important for the following reason. 8 is in one of those cells in box 4 by Sudoku now. So 8 is in one of these 3. I'll give that a corner pencil. Oh, do I want to... Oh, wait. No, I was about to make this an 8-9 pair. Why would you do that when you've already got a 9 in the box?
I was also considering making an 8-9 pair.
Digits? Oh, it's going to... Yes, okay, it's an 8 and whatever's not on the grey arrow. So these are from 5, 6 and 8. Oh, I see. Okay, Sudoku
okay, excellent.
brings us some clarity
like, oh, this
there,
could take a while.
So this arrow has to have 5 on it by Sudoku. So it's 3 plus 5 equals 8. 8, we know, is the green digit. And 6 is down here by Sudoku.
1 second, I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Sorry for that. Let's see. We just found a 6.
3, 5. So that's 3. That's 9. 9 is definitely purple. So to break my own rule and put 3 pencil marks for the 9s in here.
I also had these 9s pencil marked here. I had a really clever step that involved these 9s being pencil marked here, but it broke the puzzle somehow, so I did not ever use them, spoiler.
Now I'm not sure what to do. What's the obvious point now? And there will be something. There will be something very clear here. I'm sure, he says. I just can't see what it is. Oh, okay. Let's come back to this thing then. Because we worked out earlier there was a 9 in the top of this foursome. So that you can't put the 2 and the 3 in both of those cells, which means well, okay, so at least one of them, in fact, exactly one of them is now here.
He did remember. Okay, so here's the one step that I was like, I went back and forth on whether I was okay with this and decided eventually I am okay with it. So I'll say it before, and then we'll see how quickly Simon sees it. There's a very weird Zackwing on 3s between these two boxes. Or said differently, in row 4, the 3 is definitely over here in box 6. That was the one step that I was sort of like, that's like right on the edge of like how hard to spot is that versus how satisfying is it when you do spot it. Like I think it's kind of hard to spot and not very satisfying, but I decided I was okay with it in this case. It's gonna resolve all of this stuff nicely if he notices it, but we'll see how much suffering is involved in Simon figuring that out.
Can't be. Right, okay, so these digits are from 2, 3, and 9. Let me just re-explain that, or recapitulate that logic, because I don't think I explained it very clearly. What I'm saying is, by Sudoku, we know this domino contains a 9. We've still got to put 2 and 3 around this foursome. I can't put them both there, because that will kill off this cell. So I must put one of them there and one of them there, which means this is from 2, 3, and 9. So if that was a 3, this would be a 2, 9 pair. And this...
Yeah, that was part of the... Josh says the way he would have seen it was to color this 2, 3 and mark that it was here, and then note that it's here. And then that sort of tells you by way of this, and that gives you a way to see that it can't be 3 without too much fuss. That was part of why I decided, okay, there's enough ways to see this if you get too stuck looking for it, that I decided it was okay.
This domino includes a 2 or a 3, which gives us sort of floating 2, 3 pair in row 7. Takes 2 and 3 out of the end of these arrows. And I'm sure this is meant to inform me of something. I might have to colour 2s and 3s, but maybe. But I'm not sure.
We might really need to get that 7-8 pair in box 8.
Okay. I've got something. Right. Where is 3 in box 5? Is a reasonable question, I think. The answer to that is I really don't know, but it seems to be in one of 3 positions. Now, yeah, and what that, so the shortcut to the question I should have asked is I should have looked at row 4, and I should simply have said, where is 3 in row 4? And you can see from the pencil marks of these first
Simon
6
got
positions,
that very quickly, which is what I was kind of hoping, that it wouldn't be
so
a
the 3 is over
stressful
here somewhere.
piece.
Which means this thing is not, it's not got 3 in it. So that's 2, 9. Somehow that doesn't do anything. It does mean that 3 around the quadruple clue is in the lower bit of it. So I get the 2 and the 3 done over on this side of the grid. So 3 is now in this domino around this 7, 8 clue.
I wonder which one it is.
She's probably doing something. And this is 2, 9. How is 2 so ambiguous? I mean, I can put this pencil mark in for where 2 is in box 5. Oh, no, I can do more. Oh, that's lovely, zetamath. Oh, that is lovely. Right.
Oh, I'm terrified. What's going to happen here?
I've got a 3 pencil mark.
Oh, okay.
Here
No.
And here. So a good question. Again, if you ask the perfect question at the perfect time, you can often get a very simple answer.
It's not as scary as I was afraid it was going to be.
That isn't always easy to do. But where is 3 now? In column 7. It can't be there. It can't be here. It's not allowed to be here because of the fact that we'd already worked out 3 is in one of these, so it's only got one place, which is there. And now
I was like, I'm curious what you're afraid of. I was afraid that we were going to come up with a really, really convoluted way to work around this the 7-8 hidden pair in box 8. I will say, by the way, at some point, I think it's already true if you mark enough. This cell is annoyingly a hidden 5. It's not a hidden 5. It's a naked 5. And a lot of the setting of the back end of this puzzle revolved entirely around me trying to make it so that you did not have to notice that this cell was a naked 5, because there's absolutely no reason to look at it as far as the person who's solving it goes, but it turns out to be rather useful. You can look for the exact moment it becomes it might be, it might not see a 1 currently, although certainly it will soon if you mark enough stuff. But yeah, that was another consideration, was like, okay, I'm definitely not, especially after this whole 3 corner marked up here, I'm definitely not going to do a like random naked single that you have to do. And I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what clue to draw here that would make it so that someone would figure that out. I tried every possible clue to draw through the cell, because a naked single that's on a cell is perfectly fair, that's on a clue is perfectly fair, but no arrows that went through that looked at all reasonable in any way, shape, or form. So one of these arrows here is not quite, but almost unnecessary, but it makes it so that you get around having to see the random naked single.
This 9 arrow is either 3, 1, 5. It's definitely not got 6 on it anymore. Or 3, 2, 4. You look at it and you think, okay, well, that's probably something we can glean from this. But that would be so foolish, because there apparently is nothing. Oh. Okay. Oh dear. Wow. Oh, that's rotten, isn't it? I thought that was going to do something for sure. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I actually don't now know what to do at all, which is very distressing. What is it that I'm meant to be thinking about here? Is it... I don't know. What is it? What's actually constrained at this? Is it this 4?
The 4 cell is quite constrained, I can confirm.
That's nearly having to be a very big digit. Unfortunately, it could be a 1. If it's not a 1, then it's at least 5. I suppose it's not huge, is it? So what about that cell? Can we...
Spoiler, this arrow was the last clue added to the grid, except for the 4 that I added after testing. So if this arrow is superintended, it's not because or is super constrained, it's not because I intended it to be.
Is that under any pressure at all?
I don't think so.
It is. Or, okay, what about the top row then? What do I need in there? I need 1, 2, 3, and 6. And I know the 3 is over there. So these are 1, 2, and 6. And these are 1, 2, 3, and 6. And can I not get anything from this? That's really strange. Okay, I don't know how to do that. No. We'll have to find some other way of thinking about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Here is a Earlier on, I looked at these rows, and I said there's an awful lot of low digits in them already. And that's true. What do I mean by low digit? I literally mean a digit from 1, 2, and 3. Now, if we just look at this, look at our pencil marks in these orange cells. There's definitely a low digit on this arrow. There's a 2. There's a low digit here, a 3. So that's 2 low digits. There's a 1 on that one. That's 3 low digits. There's 2 low digits on this arrow. That's 5 low digits. Now this is a vertical domino. So if there was no low digit on this, it would be a minimum, given it can't have 4 on it, of 5 plus 6, and that's going to really break this. So there must be a low digit on here, but that's the final low digit that could ever exist in the orange flavour, because there are only 6 low digits to place in 2 rows of the Sudoku, because this row is going to have a 1, 2, and a 3.
I will say, I think one of the reasons why Sudoku works as a genre of puzzle is because even if you miss something, like the 7-8 pair, it's so constrained that eventually you find your way around it, somehow, some way, some shape, which might be what's happening here. We'll see. Maybe the 7-8 will be the last thing that gets put into the grid here. But I think that actually is part of why the genre has some success, is because you can actually sort of like dodge and weave your way around if you miss something.
3 in it, and this row is going to have a 1, 2, and a 3 in it. So this arrow here, I don't know if this is going to do very much, but I know now it has one of the digits 1, 2, and 3 on it, and it's not 3. So it has a 1 or a 2 on it, and a digit that is not low, but cannot be 4. So it's at least 5. So that digit is at least a 6, is what this is. So this is 6, 7, or 8. This is not going to do it, is it? That's so distressing.
No.
So this is either a 1 and a 2.
Thank you, love.
Or at least a 5. It can't 5, 6, or 7. Now, this one can't be 7 or 2 because there's a 2 looking at it. Let's get rid of this 1, 2 pencil mark. I don't think that's helping anybody. What about that one? It feels like there's loads of low digits, doesn't it? Is there some clever...
And unfortunately, the thing that he needs to deduce is that this circle can't be 8 because this box has killed every way of making 8. But he's never going to see that if he doesn't know that this cell can't be 7. So he really, I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he really does now need this 7-8 pair to make any progress.
The trick that zetamath is leading me towards, and then my brain is obtusely refusing to acknowledge it. Probably. This is 1, 4, 5, or 6. That's a dreadful pencil mark, but I'm going to make it. So this is 2, 9. Is there some logic that's going to allow me to understand this digit here? Or it's going to be these funny arrows down here, isn't it? It just is. I don't know how I'm going to think that through. I don't know. I really am not sure. Is it Sudoku? It could always, or it nearly was. There's a 4 in one of those cells in column 3. So this...
Could very well be
Sudoku.
That
column? Is there some Sudoku?
And it's so easy because he used this 7-8 pair earlier, and he used it in an important way, marked some stuff on it, and it's very easy when you use a clue significantly but don't completely use it to forget about it, which is exactly what's happened here. This is something that I as a solver do all the time, of like, oh, that quadruple's just fulfilled, I don't have to think about it anymore, and then miss that it has something.
Very pokery we can perform. Or is it some... Oh, it'll be a quadruple clue I've not focused on. Where are the There's a quadruple clue here.
Yes. Let's look at that quadruple.
Yes, 8's got to be in that domino. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice easy one. Where's 7? There's a 7 in that thing, so there's got to be a 7 on the left. That's really useful. That's got to be...
That's really useful.
This is a 7-8 pair. Just by Sudoku. And that means that 3 goes in that cell, which means this is no longer a 3. This is no longer a 7 because it can't be a blue digit anymore. So the blue digit has got placed in this box, and that's not a 7. In fact, that might not be the way round we wanted that to be to simplify things. Okay, so how... Oh, right. Yeah. So in this column now, again, we've got all high digits in those cells. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's not a 6. And everything else in this column is very little. It's from 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, that
Yes,
digit,
this is the cell I wanted you to pencil mark.
It's 1 or 4. Can't be 2, can't be 3. This one can't be 2 because it sees a 2 or a 9. So is that digit the same as that one? I don't know, maybe it's that one. Oh golly, I don't know what's going
now
on
we
there.
can
then.
reveal the secret of row 9, column 7.
Okay. I have no clue what to do next. I thought we were about to have an epiphany, and it's
I think
not
we're about
worked.
to have an epiphany.
Oh, Bobbin's face. Is it? What about this 2, 9? Is that somehow telling me something good? That digit can't be very high. It can't be 9, 7, or 8.
Pencil marking this is perfectly fine.
What can this digit be? Let's just look at it from a purely Sudoku perspective. 1, 2. It can't be 3 or 4. Can it be 5? Probably. Can it be 6? Probably. So it has a lot of flexibility. It can't be 7, 8, or 9. Now, it can't be a 1, because if it's a 1, that's going to be a 4, and that would be a 5 in the thingy, so it's not that. Oh, that's right. Okay, so a much simpler question: where are 1 and 4 in box 8?
The 1-4 hidden pair here was a that was a step. I like that. I knew it was going to be harder for some people to see that this 1-4 hidden pair in this box was useful.
To be in box 8, and now they can only go in those cells. Yes, okay. So the way we could have got this more quickly is we could have looked at this domino earlier, said where is that domino in this box, and worked out it couldn't. One of these digits could never go there because it would make this a 5, and that would clash in the corner. So
hey, Isabella.
So that domino's actually I can't really colour these against each other yet. I might have to, but I've now got so I've now got a 1-4 pair in row 7, and therefore this can't be a 4, which places the 4, I think. So that's definitely not the 9. And this arrow is 6 is tricky, is it? 6 is very difficult. This can't be a 6 because it would either partner up with a 4, which would give 10, or a 1, which would give 6.
Fascinating to me that he's inclined to start pencil marking the digits on the arrow rather than the circle. For me, I'm usually the opposite. I'm usually inclined to start with the circle. And so I started with the circle, which makes this much easier. The circle, in fact, is here because it sees lots and lots of high digits. That's why I put the circle here. And so, in fact, this circle is pretty immediately determined if you look at it that way. But he looked at it the other direction, which has made this longer process.
7, and 7 is not legal. So this is 2 or 5. Maybe 5 we can get rid of. 5 here. Oh, Bobbins, no, we can't. It's definitely not 5 with 4, because that would put a 9 in there, and that can't be a 9 by Sudoku. So if it's 5, it goes with 1, and this is 6. If it's 2, it's always 6, this digit, because if it's 2, it goes with 1, That gives a 3 here, which is impossible. Or it's 2 with 4, giving rise to a 6. So this is always 6, which is presumably something we were expected to realise. So 6, 6, we get a 6 here, taking purple out of this cell.
Good.
And in column 4 now, the digits we've not placed are 2, 5, and 9. Which again, it feels like there must be something we can do with that. As a 2, 5, 9 triple in box 8. And this is a 6.
Yeah, all I intend is for someone to pencil mark row 9, column 8, but we'll see if he does this a different way, which is very plausible. But basically, I set it up so if you now just ask what row 9, column 8 is, there's 2 options, and both of the options make row 7, column 6 a 1.
So these digits in box 7 are 1, 7, and 9. I'm saying it slowly in the hope that that does something. Yeah, there's a 1, 2, 7 triple in column 2. And a 1, 2, 7, 9 quadruple in column 4. Bobbins.
You can see why I was worried as I was setting this that I was going to end up with some sort of deadly pattern I couldn't resolve, which fortunately I didn't. But it did take quite a bit to find the exact combination to get it to resolve at the end.
But this can't be a 1 because of the 1, 4 pair. Yeah, this digit is very restricted because it sees all the low digits.
Okay, yeah, he sees that this is a naked single right away.
Column. So what can that be? Could it be 5? Probably.
It's interesting because, yeah, I put this arrow here, the next arrow over here, predominantly so someone wouldn't have to see that this cell is a naked single, but Simon has spotted it.
It's 5. Yeah, is that a weird naked single? That's an outrage. That can't be 5, I'm just noticing.
But you get this the other way around if you resolve the arrow first.
This one slowly. It sees 1, it sees 2, it sees 3, it sees 4 for sure. It could be 5. It sees 6, 7, 8. Yes, naked single. Zetamath, you're rotten. How could you put that in there?
To help,
Those have
Simon.
to add up to 6.
I tried
this is
so
going
hard.
to do things, he says, hopefully. Oh, no, please do things. You can't really be expecting. And remember, this thing had to have a low digit on it. That low digit is now 1. We can say that with certainty because it doesn't seem to be able to have 2 on it anymore. So 2 is definitely over there in row 1. Now, does this not do anything either? That's weird.
Okay, well, we're certainly going to get to this arrow now because there's only 2 digits. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, let's check this column again then. 1 and 8 are the only digits we've not put in. And this can't... Oh, I was going to say this can't be 9. That's not actually true. It could be 9. This can't be a 4, actually, because if that's a 4, you're adding 1 to that to get 5. That's not going to work.
Yeah, that's the intended ugly thing that I'm basically trying to get away from. As I was trying to get away from, you can do this with just Sudoku at this point if you really want. But I was trying to get away with someone having to figure out that one of the combinations of the 6 arrow doesn't work for some heinous reason. And so this arrow puts a 1 here. So he's gotten exactly out of this arrow what I wanted.
8 to that to get 12, and that's not going to work. So this is always a 1. This is always a 4. Therefore, this is always a 2. 2, 9, 5 can all be placed in the grid. This digit... Oh, I see. This is a 1. This is a weird arrow. It's a double 1 arrow adding to 2, because if that had been an 8, this would have been a 9, and that cell would have been broken. That's beautiful. Okay, so this is no longer a 1.
I do love me a
that's
cheeky 1, 1, 2 arrow.
Is a 1. Therefore, that's 1, 2. We get a few digits for our troubles in columns 2 and 3. We need a 7 or an 8 in the corner of the grid there. In this row, we need 7, 8, and 9 into that cell. Okay. This must be resolved somehow. Now, this 4, what's that doing? So 4 comes out of several cells. This there's a 1-2 pair looking at that digit at the top, so that becomes a 6. This becomes a 1-3 pair, so this becomes a 2.
Good.
So this becomes a 1-3 pair, which makes that a 4, that a 1. 1 had to be on that arrow, remember, so now we at least know where that is. We can probably, yeah, we can keep plodding along with our Sudoku. So these 2 digits are consecutive now.
True.
Probably is doing something. And this is a 1-3 pair. Okay, so where's 2 in this box? It's got to be there. Or 2 in that column, if we could have done that, couldn't we? Now, this is a 5. It's a 5. It's naked. It can't be 6 because of the column. So that's 6. That's 5. These 2 digits are a 4-7 pair, which is resolved. Oh, some weird announcement flashing up on my computer. That's become a 5 by Sudoku.
Magic.
So this is not 5, so that's not 6. And so this is now 8, because we know it's consecutive with the digit beneath it. This is no longer 8. This in the corner is 8. So that's
gets us
8.
all the way around the grid to sort of resolve all of this nonsense. That was sort of the... this had to be very carefully chosen to actually resolve all of this nonsense. Because I didn't really want to add too many more clues, but sort of this arrow eventually does basically everything.
7. Now, hopefully, that's going to... Oh, they've got... Oh, yeah, look at that. That's 3 in the corner, and that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Yeah, it feels like we might have broken the back of this. That's going to be famous last words now, but it does seem to suddenly be revealing its secrets to us, doesn't it?
It's just such an unpleasant expression.
Thank you. This is meant to be green. All 8s are meant to be green, including that one down there, naughty thing. All 7s. So this is 3, 7, 9, is it? So that's naked then. That's got to be 9, 9, 2, 3, 7, 7, 9. 7s were meant to be blue. 9s are always purple. 5s never earned their spurs, did they? So they never got coloured.
Poor 5s.
This 8 is good. So that's 8. That's 6. 6 loses its colour, if not its religion. 8 gains its colour. And this 5 is looking nice, so that gives us 5, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4. In this row we need 4 and 6, and the puzzle might have been solved. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 143 solves in just a couple of days. No surprise to me. Zetamath is a very popular setter, and that is exactly the reason why. It is because he is class in a glass. That is the case. Just gorgeous. Although I've done my very best to not highlight all the digits I should have done, which is terribly remiss of me. And nearly missed that one, which would have upset people dramatically. Proximity. And you could sort of understand the title because it was the proximity of the arrows and the quadruple clues that sort of pitched digits into particular portions of the grid. And there was quite a lot of different logic in that as well. It was really very cute. Delicious puzzle. Zetamath, take a bow. Always enjoyable to spend time in your puzzles company. And let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. We enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. Please do like and subscribe if you're still here now. That would be very kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.
So yeah, I can also say, by the way, this puzzle has been quite popular. I mean, by and large, all of my puzzles do well overall. People tend to like them, but there's some that people tend to like more, and I'm not good at predicting which ones those will be. This one has gotten higher than average levels of praise for it. So which of course I'm very happy with, to be clear. But I don't always know. I will say, as Simon said there's sort of a wide variety of logic. There's sort of two different ways that you can set a puzzle. And I engage in both of them. You can set a puzzle and give it a logical theme by making it so that you repeat the same deduction over and over and over again. And that gives someone a very strong sense of, okay, the setter knew exactly what they were doing. And that's potent. Those tend to be, they don't have to be, but they tend to be easier puzzles. Like that's something you see a lot in 2-star puzzles, especially as someone doing that. If they're setting a really good 2-star, 1-star puzzle, that's a great thing to do. And the other way that you can do it is that you can try and make everything in the puzzle as different as possible, which is certainly what I tried to do here. I tried to use a bunch of different, like I tried to use every sort of flavor of these two types of clues interacting that I could. And I tried to, basically, I tried my best to sort of alternate adding or always add like one quadruple and one arrow at a time while I was doing it. That didn't quite completely make it all the way through the puzzle. There's slightly more arrows than there are quadruples, but it's pretty close. And I was pretty happy with it. And of course, I was happy with how sort of spread out everything was. So anyway, I was happy with how that came out. And it was delightful to watch Simon solve it, even if Simon had to do a lot of work around not seeing the 7-8 pair, which I think would have made his life a little bit easier. But that's just the beginning of stream. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I am going to come back, and after I do, I'm going to solve some puzzles. So look forward to that. I'll see everyone in just a moment. Be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are here to solve a admittedly terrifying looking puzzle here by Bellsita and Wisteria Fall, supervised by Xeon Risk. I am fascinated by this this choice. Oh, I don't have my number pad. One moment. I need to go get my number pad to actually solve this, but I'll be back in a second. All right, number pad get. By the way, I will say, if you're at all a Sudoku enthusiast and you do this a lot, I highly recommend getting one of these, and not this particular one, whatever one you feel like. But I find that it makes life much easier for me, at least, to have such a thing. Okay, so we have standard clue types, but additionally, no digit can appear more than once on any particular clue type. So every digit 1 through 8 shows up on these. And likewise for each of these. These are 1 through 9. Certainly know the 5 is over here. We know there's a 4 and a 6 on these within this row. And we have things like these lines are also modular. And so Renbon are modular plus. The Renbon are definitely a 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 6, and a 7, 8, 9. The parity lines, we can do something sort of funny because there's 4 evens and 5 odds. So that means that we need to have more evens than odds in here, right? In the center, because we need so this is 2 evens and an odd, I think. I don't have any idea how I would go about marking that yet. The even squares definitely contain each even once. So that is relevant. Deweb believes this is 159. It's certainly not 4 or 6, because as I mentioned, the 4 and the 6 have to be down here. The 1 and the 9 have to be down here. Okay, yeah, that is enough to say that this is 1, 5, or 9. Yeah, Deweb is correct. Yeah, so the point is here, this is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9. We know that. If it does have 1 or 9 on it, because the 4, 6 in this row is up here, that puts the 1, 9 down here. So the 1, 9 on it would have to go here. Otherwise, this is a 5. Which is interesting. Let's see. So that number's odd. I don't know if I'm supposed to odd even color this puzzle or not. Who knows? At least we know that this digit is different than all the other odd circles. There's certainly a 5 on one of these. Don't instantly see what to do with that. Are we supposed to do a set thing? I wonder if we're supposed to, if the like the way these are all structured all the way around sort of makes me think that I'm supposed to do a set thing, maybe, but I'm not quite sure. It doesn't look super nicely set up for a set, perhaps. Because, like, I mean, if we're doing Fistamafel, obviously those are terrible for Fistamafel. Let's see. We know that, like, 3 of the evens in this box, we know where they are roughly. So there's only 1 even across all the remaining cells. This digit, we actually know it sort of sees everything that pokes out of the box. So this digit we know has to go in one of those cells. This digit sees 3 of the 4 evens. So if this digit was even, it would have to be exactly that digit. I'm just going to keep saying things until one of them does something. We know one of these is even. We don't necessarily know one of these is even. This could be odd if that was a 2-8. Yeah. If this is, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. If this is 1, 2, 3, or 7, 8, 9, it just breaks right away, Edenzer points out. Because if this is 1, 2, 3, this cell sees all of 1, 2, 3. So the only low digit I can put on it is a 4, and that doesn't work. And if I make this 7, 8, 9, these digits see all of them, and that doesn't work. So yeah, so this digit is a 5. Yes, this is much easier than I was making it out to be. And we get a 5 dance. Boop, boop, ba doop. Ooh. Ba 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 doop. Whoa. Boop, boop, ba doop. Wow. Boop, boo, doop, ba doop, boo, doop, ba doop, boop, boo, doop, boo. Waha. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So that makes this a 4, 6, which means there's at most 1, 4, 6 up here. But this now, whatever this is, whether this be 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9, it leaves this being the other 4, 6. Because we need a digit of this high-lowity, regardless of what this high-lowity is. We'll make that one yellow, this one pink, say. This digit is yellow, so we can go yellow, pink, yellow, pink, and of course this is pink and that's yellow. This is a pink 1, 9. Okay, so this is the pink 4, 6. No, sorry, this is not the pink 4, 6. Don't listen to me. Sorry, the pink 4, 6 already exists. One of these is the pink 1, 9. Okay. Oh, yeah, good point from AFK. This digit is that digit. Can't quite do that here. One of these is the pink 1, 9, and the other one is that digit. Let's see. I was trying to see if, like, maybe it would be useful for something like ketchup in this box or something, but I don't know. I do know this isn't the yellow 1, 9, so this is certainly a 2, 3, 7, 8. Oh, and this is a 2, 3, 7, 8, right? So that's actually kind of useful, because the yellow 1, 9 is over here. So at least one of these is a 2, 8, because 2, 3, 7s aren't far enough apart. Okay, I can certainly mark that that's a 2, 3, 7, 8. This is a 2, 3, 7, 8. So yeah, so the yellow 1, 9 then, because, yeah, the yellow 1, 9 is down here. I guess that's not, and it's over here. So the yellow 1, 9 is like in this row. That's not super helpful. Immediately. That 4, 6 looking at this black dot is tempting, but I don't know what to do with it. That is true. The yellow 19 is in one of these two cells. It's one of those things that I have absolutely no idea how to write, but one of these is the yellow 19. I also know none of these digits are 5. So that means this digit is not the yellow 19, nor is it 5, nor is it the pink 19, nor is it 4, 6. So this digit is actually a little bit restricted. I think, unfortunately, that means it's 2, 3, 7, 8. Is, I think, what we get out of this. Because the 5 is on a modular line is definitely in here. Oh, no, not necessarily. Oh, wait, no, yeah. One of these is, so these two digits are different colors. We actually know what color this is. Because these two are different colors, and one of them is the pink 4, 6. And so, therefore, this cell is the yellow digit that goes up here. So this digit's yellow. It is the other yellow 2, 3, 7, 8. So this is the oh, right. So there is, yeah, that's true. There's a 5 corner mark here. Chef of Death points out, which is true. I certainly can't put 5 in any of these cells. So yeah, so I do get this 5 corner mark. That's a great point to notice. So yeah, this is a yellow 2, 3, 7, 8 and a pink 4, 6 for whatever that is worth. And this is a yellow 1, 9 and a pink 2, 3, 7, 8. Oh, yes. Yes. Very good point from Amir. This even digit needs to show up on one of the parity lines. And the only parity line it can show up on is this one. And it shows up in one of these two spots. So that actually tells us that these are even and this is odd. So that is a 1, 3, 7, 9. Those are both even. And now there's only 2 more evens to show up. So they have to go here, which makes these odd. That's very nice. Let's see. This even likewise shows up in one of those 2 spots. I don't quite know what to do with that, I don't think. Okay, oh, this one's not 5. There is a 4, 6 up here. So only one of these can be a 2, 8. I guess that's not a very profound statement. Trying to decide if there's any of these that we can sort of do something useful with. Like this one is one of these 2, but I don't think that is instantly helpful. We do have 3 evens in this row already. I kind of want to like OX these or something just to remind myself that this is yet another even digit. I don't love it though, but this is a 3rd even digit. I feel like I probably can say something profound about that. This is a 1379. This digit definitely ends up here. If it were yellow, it would be yellow X. If it were pink, I'm not quite sure. Oh, no, it's not yellow X. Right. Sorry. This digit is pink because this digit does end up here. And the yellow digits... Oh, it could be yellow 19. Darn it. Sorry. This could be yellow 19 if it's there. Darn. This is either yellow 19 or it's a pink. Yeah, the yellow 19 is possible, unfortunately. 2378 is unfortunately not incredibly nice as these things go. One of these two is pink 46. Can we do anything with that? It sounds like the kind of thing that might do kind of something. Just because of pink 46 has to go somewhere in red, and these are the only two evens in red. Yeah, we know these are yellow 19 and XE yellow 2378 in some order. If this was the 2378, that would give us the yellow 28 and the yellow 46. It would make both of these pink. I don't think there's anything wrong with those both being pink. Row 2, column 6 can be pink. Would pink 28 go on the green lines? That's interesting. So we have to so that's a good point. Yeah. Exactly one of these is a 2-8, and exactly one of them is a 3-7. Is a true statement. Because if I make this a 2-8 pair, then I'm obligated to put my 3-7 pair next to each other. And they just can't be a 3-7 pair. So this is one even and one odd, always. So these two have the same parity, I guess, is the way to read that. So I guess if I want to XO have that mark parity, I can make that X, make that O. Yeah, they have a precise difference of 5. And these two are the same parity. These two are the same parity. Yeah, one of these is 19, one of them is XE2378. Yeah, these are a 10 sum, and these are a 10 sum. So if there were 10 lines in here, we could definitely make use of that. Oh, these are both pink. No, sorry. If this is even, those are both pink, is I guess what's the point. So yeah, if these are both even, these are both pink, because then it just becomes the thing. So unless this is, I guess a different way to say it, unless this is a 1-9, then these are both pink. I don't think I'm saying anything super profound there, but I'm saying words that sound like they could be productive someday. These two cells are the same color, so one could ask if this color is pink or yellow. Maybe that is a productive direction to ask. So in the world where these are both pink. Oh, I don't think that quite does it. No, not quite. Seeds or suggest asking where the even digits go in the killer cages. These 3 even digits certainly don't end up there. This even digit certainly ends up there or there. So one of those two is even, at least. Yeah, maybe I should actually try coloring these. We'll just color this part of the grid in odd evens, and just accept that it's a little bit weird. So in these 2 rows, there are 8 evens. One of them is on the white dot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So across these, we have at most 2 evens. And therefore, there are at least 2 evens in this one. But there's in fact there's also at most 2 evens in this one. So this cell's always even is the short version of that. Because I can't make both of these even. So yeah, so that's right. Yeah, so this white dot actually forces me to make that even. I agree with that. And one of these 2 is even, so therefore all the rest of these are odd. Do we know that one of these is even? Right. These are definitely odd. We can at least say that because we have accounted for all of the evens in these 2 rows. So yeah, so those are definitely odd. I agree with that. Yes, because we sort of did the min-max thing, right? There was 1 even here. Oh, is it not true? Let's try and do this. So in these two rows, we've got 1 even here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got at most 2 more evens over here, and we have at most 2 evens here. But that means we need to have exactly 2 evens here and exactly 2 evens here, which does mean these are both odd. One of these is pink 4, 6. Yeah, I guess one way to say this is that, like, just these 4 digits are these 4 digits. If this is even, that's yellow 4, 6. Oh, are we having some sort of, like, weirdo fish on 5s? Unfortunately, 5 is odd, so 5 can go in there. I know those aren't 5. Okay, so yeah, so that's true from AFK. This digit definitely in this box goes in one of these 2 cells, and those 2 cells together see all of the 1-9s up here. In fact, actually, these 2 cells together see everything except these. So this, yeah, I guess that's the same. It's saying the same thing. This is always a 3, 5, 7. Yeah, if circles are 2, 8, this is definitely the yellow 4, 6. If this is the yellow 4, 6, it's definitely exactly there in this box. Yellow 4, 6 in this row is a tiny bit restricted because it doesn't go in any of these cells. Maybe we're trying to make some sort of, like, mutant jellyfish thing. Yeah, this whole, like, this is either purple 2378 or yellow 19 is kind of funny. But impossible to pencil mark, I think. I have to put 3 purple 2378s and a 5 in this row. At most, one of them goes here, and therefore these are both purple or 5. I guess that's true, but it's very boring because it's just the same thing as saying that one of these is yellow. Carry on. Nothing to see here. Yeah, one of these is odd. 3 of these are odd, so there's only one more odd in this entire column. It does look scary, but at least has a cool rule set, and I'm assuming something cool is going to happen. I don't know what the something cool is yet. I reserve the right to change my mind. But part of why I'm doing it on stream is because stream will help me with the impossible parts, hopefully. What I said about row 2 is important. These both being 5 or purple. So these are 2, 3, 7, 8, or 5. Perfect AFK, perfect. No notes. Right, if this is 5, then this can't be 2 or 8, because 2, 5, and 8 all go together modular-wise. If this is 5, then these are both purple, of course. Yeah, if O is even, this is yellow O. One of these has to be a 3-7. Oh, we have a virtual 3-7 pair in the weirdest possible way is what's happening here. Because remember, one of these cells is a 3-7, I think, right? Oh, maybe not necessarily. Sorry, maybe both the 2-8s could be in this row and both the 3-7s could be in that row. That might be possible. Because we know there's a 3-7 on each side, and it's a different 3-7, of course, and a 2-8 on both sides. One of these two cells is purple 4-6. Have the Riemann zeta function tattooed on your arm? That's awesome. Feel free to post a picture of that in the Zetamath Discord. I'd love to see it. Yeah, one of these two is pink 4-6. If it were this one, then one of these two would be pink 4-6. Yeah, these two are... So if this is 5, they're certainly equal. Otherwise, this is purple. Do we know it's purple X and not purple O? AFK wants me to say that these cells are equivalent to the Stishovite ring. And so that gives us some cancellation because a lot of them are on the Stishovite ring. I don't know that it does anything, but it's a good observation. Yeah, one of these is purple X, one of them is purple 1-9. I feel like we can almost say something by just noting exactly what digits we have to place in here. But the fact that one of these is 3-7 is definitely important. Yeah, we know there's a 3-7 here, so if there was also a 3-7 here, that'd be all the 3-7s for this box. The point is that this cell, DWeb points out, is always one of these two. So these two cells are 5 and pink X. Which means it's OEX. Or sorry, it's OE pink that's over here. Wait, OE pink over here goes with OE goes with XE. Oh, it's XE yellow. Never mind. Sorry. This cell is the same modularity as one of these two, so it's a different modularity than that one, if you want to make weird deductions. It's kind of the deduction we made with the parody line earlier, but not quite. I guess here's a silly statement. Oh, sorry. Maybe my silly statement was not actually correct. Wait, is this just yellow 1? No, sorry, that's not yellow. Sorry. The yellow 1-9 is in one of these cells. So one of these two is yellow 1-9 is the point. And if I ask about where the yellow 9 shows up in the modular collection, because one of these two is yellow 1-9. So none of those are yellow 1-9. But one of these two is yellow 1-9 as well. So one of these two is yellow 1-9. Is a statement of all time. Let's see. Edenzor wants me to count evens in these two columns, which seems like a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only one more even in the whole column, or in the whole of these two columns. DWeb said, okay, I think I have something, followed by, okay, I did not have something. Yeah, we can note this is an extra region, basically. All of these cells together form a set of the digits 1 through 9. So in particular, I suppose that tells me, oh, that's useful, actually. That's actually useful, because it tells me that the 1 and the 9 are up here, right? Yeah, so that is exactly right. So every digit shows up exactly once in those cells. And oh, this could be a 1-9, couldn't it? Sorry, I think I'm wrong. I think this cell could be a 1-9. Yeah, that's annoying. It doesn't quite work. Because that could be a pink 1. I was trying to say that meant that was pink 1-9, but sadly it does not mean that. But this digit needs to appear in the extra region. Oh, sorry, no, it's this one. This one needs to appear in the extra region. This in the extra region can't show up in this box and can't repeat on modular lines. So this one is just purple 4-6. Okay, very good, very good. That seems like a something. One of these two is purple. And it's a purple 2, 3, 7, 8. Because one of these two is that cell. Yeah, so what we really have is an equivalence of these three cells with these three cells. And so in particular, those two cells are these two cells. Yeah, these two cells are the same as these two. Yellow 1-9 on the modular lines we know is down here. We've said that before, but it might be useful now. These are OE pink and yellow 1-9. And yellow 4-6 is just down here somewhere. I don't think that's useful, is it? It's not like I can't put two 4-6s next to each other on a modular line, unfortunately. Don't think we know that, Isaiah. If we could find an extra even in these columns, we would know that this black dot needed to go with 2 or 6. Yellow 1-9 and yellow 4-6 are the same modularity. That's interesting. That is true. So yeah, yellow 4-6 and yellow 1-9 are in here. No, sorry. Yellow 4-6 and yellow 1-9 are all in here. And so they have to be on separate lines. And so the other thing that goes with them, their third friend, goes up here, which is pink 3-7. So pink 3-7 is up here, is what Isaiah is saying. And therefore, this isn't pink 3-7. This is pink 2-8. So this is yellow 3-7. Did I do that right? So this is yellow 2-8. Wait, I think I did that backwards, didn't I? I think I did that backwards. Right. One of these is pink 3-7, so therefore I did that backwards. One of these is pink 3-7, so therefore this is pink 3-7. Which does buy us all the evens in this column. Although I guess we already kind of knew that because this was the only even on this German whisper. I think Bellsita was saying the mistake was when I originally did this backwards. I'm hoping. Because I originally did this exactly backwards. Don't we just know that one of these two is pink 3, 7? I don't think we know which one, do we? 3 and 7 can exist next to each other. Sadly. Okay, this digit's odd now. Laura points out. I agree with that. Because we just have all the evens in this column. Oh, in fact, these two evens now are yellow. Which makes these two evens pink. That even's also pink, because we've got both even yellows here. These are odd. That seems to be all the odds in this box, so these are even of some description. Right, because this is yellow, it's now 4, 6. And so this is yellow 4, 8. Or sorry, yellow 2, 8. This is even, I agree. Yellow 4, 6 in the even squares, points out Isaiah, because it's not that one, so it's only that one. Which now makes this cell yellow 4, 6 in the killer cages. Just because we've seen everywhere else. So this digit's not a 4, 6, it's a 2, 8. Because of the 4, 6 pair looking at it. Thank you, Laura. One of these two is the yellow 4, 6 in modular lines. Don't know which one. Oh, this is yellow 4, 6, I should mark. Just by careful coloring. Yellow 4, 6 in box 5. Looks to me like it could be in either of these. No, it can't. Sorry, there's the yellow 4, 6 there. Sorry, yellow 4, 6 in box 5 is sadly there. Right. So that's yellow 4-6 by what I said before. Because one of these three is yellow 4-6 just by sudoku. And therefore neither of these can be yellow 4-6, and therefore that one is. And now we actually know which of these three is yellow 4-6, namely it's that one. So this is a 2-5-8. Because that is the missing modularity between 4 and 6. Not 5, because the 5 was already in this box, right? And therefore it's purple. Very good. So the purple 2-8 in this box is down here somewhere. Sure looks like that should be useful, but I don't think it is. Right. One of these is yellow 1-9, and we know that yellow 1-9 needs to go in modular line somewhere. So Legitimate Businessman points out we can put it there. This is the last even in row 4, Laura points out, and it's pink 4-6. So this is pink 2-8. So one of these is pink 2-8. Oh, that's all the evens in this row, right? Yeah, this row now just has odds left. And indeed, one of these two cells is a 5. Right. Purple 4-6 goes next to a yellow 1-9, so it doesn't go there, so it goes there. Very good spotting. So this is pink 2-8 now. And this is yellow 3-7. We don't really need these X's and O's anymore. One second, I'll be right back. Alrighty, we return. What were we doing? Some sort of like coloring puzzle, it looks like. This seems not to be a 2-8 anymore. So now it is a 3-5-7. Fair enough. I don't think I know which 2-8 this is yet, unfortunately. Also not 2-8, true. So this is also a 3-5-7. Yeah, one of these two is pink 3-7. And one of these two is pink 3-7. This digit is either pink or it's yellow. Sorry. This digit is either yellow or 5, is what I meant to say, because it sees both odd pinks. I'm preparing to get rid of the orange and blue coloring and just go with the other coloring. This cell sees both 1-9s. Very good. So it's a 3-5-7. I agree with that because it sees the purple 1-9 over there and sees the yellow 1-9 over there. Uh-oh, some orange stayed around for some reason. There's a yellow 2-8 in this box somewhere. These two digits are equal. I agree with that. So this isn't a 1 or a 9. But then this digit just is a 5. So that's helpful. Because that digit has to go in one of these 3 cells, but these two are even. Pink 3-7 is 6 away from yellow 1-9, I think is what's being told. I agree with that. So yeah, so pink 3-7 can't actually go in one of these two places. So pink 3-7 actually goes here. Which actually makes that a 5. This has to be a 2-5-8, so it's a 2-8, and so it's yellow. It's not something I tend to do, but I think it's totally, I think it's totally fine if people want to do it. Dr. Caveman? Where does a caveman get a doctorate? One of these is 5, and one of them is pink 1-9. Oh, so therefore this isn't pink 1-9. Because one of these is pink 1-9, and so therefore this isn't pink 3-7. It is pink 1-9. Therefore these cells aren't 1-9, because we've got a 1-9 pair in the row. This must be a naked single, but I don't know what it is yet. It's yellow 2-8 is what it is. The Ohio State University. Oh, nice. I will tell all cavemen looking to pursue a higher education that they are very kind to cavemen there. Oh. Oh yeah, this is now known not to be 2-8, and in fact it's a pink 4-6 specifically. Does mean the pink 4-6 in this row is in one of these cells. So therefore that's the pink 4-6. I did that in a way that was ass backwards compared to the nicest way, which is just say, where does pink 4-6 go in this box? But what can you do? Oh yeah, and the rest is odd. I agree with that. Those aren't 5. None of these are pink 3-7, but none of them seem to see yellow 3-7 yet. Great. This dot we said needed to have only one color on it, and that color is now pink because both yellow evens are gone. Agree. And this is the odd pink by the row, because this sees both even pinks. So this is the even pink. And now this digit is odd, so it's a 1 or a 3. Oh, wait, it's not a 3, it's just a 1. Because it goes across, it's an odd digit on a black dot, but it can't be a 3 because there's a 3, 5, 7 up there. So this is the 1 and that's the 9. Making that the 2 and that the 8. Making that not the 2. This 4-6 certainly goes with a 3-7. These aren't 1-9. Those are 3-7. This is not a 1. Okay, so 1-9 in this box are up here now. Just because none of the other cells can be 1 or... No, oh, sorry. No, that's not true. Sorry. Don't see that yet. This is yellow. That's a good point because it sees the pink 3-7 below it. Agree with that. This is a 3-7 pair looking at a 5. I agree. So now the 5. Oh, the 5 is now in one of these two cells. In cages. Right. This cell sees a yellow 3-7 and a pink 3-7, so this is just a 5. Is AFK's point, so that's a pink 3-7. Box 4 just has a 3-7 pair in it in the most classical sense of the word. So this is a 1-9. Oh, wow, yeah, purple 4-6 is just placed here. Very interesting. So therefore, this is purple 2-8, and this is purple 4-6. Very cool. Let's see. This cell sees a 3-7 pair in the column. So it's a 1-9. See, purple 2-8 and box 8 I am being asked to contemplate. Oh, or just purple 2-8 in cages, I suppose, because these aren't 2 or 8. These aren't purple 2-8. These just aren't purple 2-8. So this is purple 2-8 in cages. Which seems to sort out the disposition of the colors, because now this 2-8 looks at this 2-8, making it yellow, which makes this pink, which makes that also pink. Let's see. Oh, right. That 1-9 is pink, so this 1-9 is yellow, just by Sudoku. Got it. And now we probably... we'll have to finish the puzzle before we can fill in the digits. We've got to do this... We've got to do this as right as we can. Let's see. Yellow 2-8 in box 8. Ah, yes. Yellow 2-8 in box 8 goes here. Yellow 2-8 goes over here. So these are from 2-5-8, which actually gets us a 2-5-8 triple in the row. Yellow 2-8 in this box, I think we know is here. Purple 2-8 in box 9. Yeah, that's placed here. Good. Let's see. So that's a 2-5-8 triple. So this is a 1-3-7-9. And it's purple because we see both yellow 1-3-7-9. So this is a purple 1-3-7-9. Ah, there's a 2-8 pair in this column, right? So this is a 5. And this is the yellow 2-8. Excellent. Okay, so this is the pink 1-3-7-9 because these digits need to go in these 4 cells. So this one goes there. This is also a 1-3-7-9, but I don't know which 1-3-7-9 it is. Oh, there's 2 5s. Maybe there's only 1 5 left now. Is that all the 5s, or do I still have one more? Oh, no, there's another 5 over here. I just like to do the coloring before I enter the digits. It's satisfying to do the digits all at once. Right. The C is yellow 1-3-7-9 in the column. So this one is pink, which then therefore makes that pink by equivalence. So that's both pink 1-3-7-9. So these are both yellow 1-3-7-9s. This isn't a 1-9, so this is a 3-7. I mean, that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just keeping everything clean, right, AFK? This is pink by the column. And I think by the box, we know that it is pink 1-9, actually. So this is pink 3-7. So this is pink 1-9. I'm being told this isn't clean. These both see pink 3-7 and pink 1-9, so they're both yellow. Suddenly everyone's a janitor. Yeah. I've experienced this before. I'm used to it by now. Let's see. Yeah, one of these is a pink 3-7. Grid needs more ketchup. We could certainly do some ketchuping if we would like. We could make this like pink 190. Okay, let's see. This column has a naked single in it. It's a naked single pink 19. Let's see. We do need a pink 28 in one of these cells, and it's that one because it's got a pink 28 below it there. So this is the pink 28. This seems to be the yellow 19. Yeah, pink 19 is just placed here by Sudoku. And then I think yellow 19 is placed here, right? Because this can no longer be a 1 or a 9, because it sees both the pink 19 and the yellow 19. So it's a 3-7 and it's the yellow 3-7. That's helpful to know. Let's see. Okay, so this is ignoring the screaming around you in the world is part of good meditative training, AFK. The screaming, you can just quiet it and focus on the beauty of the 2-8s. Yellow 19 in box 7 seems not to be in any of these cells or any of these cells, so this is a yellow 19. I just want to help make the pain go away. Okay, so this sees yellow 19, so it's a 3-7. That means this sees a 3-7 pair. It also sees all the yellows, so it's pink. These both see 1-9 pairs, so they're 3-7. But that yellow 3-7 tells me that this is a pink 3-7, which makes that a yellow 3-7, which makes that a pink 3-7, which makes that a yellow 3-7. We're getting close. We'll know what the digits are. We'll know which color is high and which color is low any day now. Let's see. This pink 1-9 looks up at this. This pink 3-7 looked over here, so that's a pink 1-9. And now we just have to do these. This has a pink or yellow 1-9 over the row. This has a yellow 3-7 there, and there we go. And now, thanks to our patience and our purse capacity, we can go ahead and we can enter the numbers. So, like, it seems like pink 1-9 is a 1. If I highlight all the pink 1-9s in the grid, I can enter a 1 in them. And look, they all become 1 at the same time. It seems like pink 2-8 is a 2. So we can do all the pink 2-8s. 2. All the pink... Wait, do we know what pink 3-7 is? Oh, I guess the point is that we know that you can't cross 5 and so without changing color. So I guess if I know that 2 is pink, I guess that means I have to know that 3 and 4 are pink. So 7 can't be. So pink 3-7 is a 3, I guess, is the punchline here. Oh, we should have used the Renbon. That's fair. The Renbon would have made it much easier. We wouldn't have had to do the white dot related deduction. I will use the white dot though here for this. So that's a 4. So you can get all of those. Okay, and so now we can do a Sven, I think, to finish up the puzzle. And see, that was super clean. We couldn't have done that without doing that carefully in the way that we did. There's a lot of really nice stuff here. I feel like maybe some of the sort of like telegraphing was slightly sacrificed to maintain the symmetry, but I mean I'm a sucker for this symmetry, so I probably would have done it too if I had sort of had a grid this symmetrical. I probably wouldn't have wanted to give it up to get that. Alrighty, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment with another puzzle. So I wasn't sure, looking at this 5-star Bellsita and Wisteria Fall puzzle, if there would be a second puzzle today, but it looks like we've got time for a second puzzle, so I'll be back in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have a Playmaker Potpourri puzzle. Let's see. Let's read through this. So the cell marked with a blue diamond contains an even digit. So let's mark that. While the cell marked with a red diamond... Oh, sorry. Cell marked with a blue diamond is the even one. Red diamond is the odd one. Two cells marked with yellow squares must contain the same digits. Similarly, two cells marked with yellow circles must contain the same digits. I'm going to guess this isn't a palindrome line like I've been assuming. Digits along thin gray arrow sum to the digit in the pink circle. Some of the digits along the pink line has two pink circles as its endpoints. The decay to the digits on this. Along the green line, two adjacent digits differ by at least 5, and box borders divide the thicker gray line into smaller segments with the same sum. I see. Okay, so we have a bunch of standard constraints, although we've done some weird coloring choices. Like these two are the same, and this is a region sum line. Okay, so since this is a region sum line, it does tell us that these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Because we know that this sums to at least 15, and so these need to be at least that big to get my sum being at least 15. Likewise, these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. So these sum to at least 12, I suppose, is the answer. Don't immediately see what to do with that. I do know that this sums to at most 17. So there's certainly a 1, 2, and 3 in here. If it does sum to 16 or 17, then actually this square is incredibly restricted, because I would have this square looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, or I'd have it looking at a specific set of digits and this at the same time. Oh, right. These just have to be the same, Kurabon points out. Because if these were a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple, then square would have no value, because then this would see everything. That's very nice. So these are the same digits, right? So I'm going to make these purple. So I don't know what purple sums to, but I know that these are all purple. And I know that right, okay. I can even subcolor the purples, because purple definitely doesn't appear in the sum. If you haven't seen this argument before, if one of these digits was purple, the other 4 digits would sum to the other purple digit, but that would make the other purple digit at least 10. So this purple digit, by virtue that square isn't purple, it goes there, and this one goes there. So these are my 2 purple 6, 7, 8, 9s. Within this box. I don't know if I need to subcolor them necessarily. Assuredly, one of these 2 digits is 6, 7, 8, 9, and one of these 2 digits is 6, 7, 8, 9. Should maybe mark that these are the same high-lowity. Maybe I'm going to go back and make pink a different color. I'll make it blue so that I can pinken these just while we think about this. So one of these 2 is blue and one of these 2 is blue. And that's all the blues, right? Because right, there's 2 blues here, and then one of these 2 is another blue, and one of these 2 is another blue. So this square looks at every high digit, in other words, because it looks at 1 high digit here, 1 high digit here, and 2 high digits there. So therefore, this digit has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's now only 4 or 5. And now there's no 6 in blue, because if there were a 6 in blue, blue would sum to 15, and this would have no value. So if I just make this like a green instead of a blue, so that this is blue, then this is green, then this is blue, then this is green. So there is a 6 in one of these 2 cells, is the point, because now, again, we said all the high digits show up in one of these. It's not here, so one of these is a 6. So in particular, yellow is high. And one of these is a 1. These are from 1, 2, 3. There's 6, 7, 8, 9. That one's certainly not a 6. Yeah, one of these is green, one of these is blue. We do also need one of the other high digits in here. Seems like that high digit could be a 6, and it would be okay. Oh, I see. The green is down here on the line. It's certainly in one of these two cells. And the blue is over here on the line. There we go. I'd kind of forgotten that we had this line already, I admit. Don't quite know what this cell is yet. So yeah, one of these. Oh, and there's a 9 in here. I also know there's a 9 in here, because if there wasn't a 9 in here, we'd have the same problem. So neither of these is a 9. Because if there was no 9 in here, they'd sum to 15, and this cell would have no value. That's not possible, David. They only have one digit in common, right? Because this one has a green and this one has a blue. They both have a circle. So the other digit here is the... or these two digits... The other digits differ by the difference between green and blue, which is either 1 and 2. Sorry, either 1 or 2. Meh, indeed. If these two are the same digit, they both go there, or that digit goes there. I don't immediately see a reason to suspect that these are the same digit. If these are the same 10 sum, then that sum has to be 4, 6, because it gets pushed here. But I don't immediately see a reason to suspect that they have to be the same. If this is a 4, then these are definitely 8, 9. Which would make these 6, 7. I guess maybe what I should do is I should mark that this is blue or green. Sorry, blue or green. And then I should make these different colors, right? Make this one yellow, make this one orange. So then I've got my sort of full collection of high digits, and they all have a name. So if these are the same, they are blue or green. We know it's blue or green because these two we know both aren't blue or green, and so there's only 2 high digits that aren't blue or green, and they both appear over here, so therefore this one had to be blue or green. These digits have to be fairly large. I guess that by fairly large, I only mean they have to be at least 3. But if they were the same, they would be blue or green, and then suddenly they would have to add to at least 14, which would make these digits also have to be, I guess, only at least 5 in that instance. Well, I guess I could do a little bit of work. I know neither of these digits is a 9. So actually that does a little bit more, because these sum to at least 12. These digits can't be 9. Therefore they need to be at least 4. And these two digits can't both be 8. So they actually sum to a maximum of 15. That's true. There's also at least 4s in here. That is a good thing to keep in mind. Yeah, the fact that these sort of see these, so if these are 6, 7, or 8 at all, then they're orange or yellow. Oh, right, these can't both be 6. Right, these can't both be 6, because one of orange and yellow is 6. Agree. So it's possible. Okay, so the absolute most these can sum to is actually, if they're orange and yellow, in which case they sum to at most 14, right? 6 plus 8, because one of them would be 6 if they're both orange and yellow. Otherwise, they sum to less than that. So these need to sum to at most 14, and therefore neither of them is 9 anymore. So that's actually quite large, I think. It does tell me that there's 1s on both of these arrows for whatever I want to get out of that. Yeah, these are both now high. If neither of these is 5, so the only color this can be is yellow if it's a 6, 7, 8. The only color this can be if it's a 6, 7, 8 is orange. Those yellow and orange sum to a maximum of 14 because one of them is known to be 6. But because these circles are minimum 6, and I'm summing to a maximum of 14, now I can't put 9 in either of them. Right, yellow plus orange is the max because of that, right? And we know there's a 1 along here, and there's a 1 along here, which I want to say something about, but the fact that I already know one of those two is a 1 somewhat harms my ability to do that. I feel like I'm probably supposed to deduce that this is a 4, because I can't make these a yellow-orange pair, but I don't immediately see why I can't make these a yellow-orange pair. Like, it seems to me, naively, I could make this a yellow-orange pair and this a yellow-orange pair the other way around, and it would maybe be okay. Oh, I do know one of these two is a 6, because otherwise... Oh, no, they could both be 7, right? I don't think there's any reason they can't both be 7. Oh, that's slick. That's slick, Edenzer. Edenzer has the point. I definitely am not putting a 5 on both of these arrows. If I put a 5 on both of these arrows, then these are at least 8 and 8, and that's way too big. And so the problem is if I put a square here, if square is 5, I can't put 5 in a 10 cage, so the 5s would go there and there. That would force 8 and 8. That's way too big. So square is 4. And we can bring out Zach for Ye Old 4 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Ah, but this square is odd. So the world is all upside down. Okay, so there's a 4. Yeah, so that makes these for sure 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Let's do the easy stuff first. So that makes the sum 17, which makes these indeed 8, 9. Which means these are 6, 7. Something, sorry, parents. So these are 3, 7, or 4, 6 for sure. But they can't be 3, 7. Oh, never mind. I don't think I'm prepared to say they can't be 3, 7. Yeah, the 4 can go in the 10 cage. Yeah, but we can't make them have an 8 or a 9 in them. Okay, these are certainly 1, 2 now. This is now an 8 or a 9. Let's see, I've got our 1, 2s. Yeah, if these two are the same, they have to be 4, 6, or 3, 7. Oh, right. These are an 8, 9 pair now, we know. So the grays in these two boxes differ by differ by 1, for whatever that's worth. Yes, this is an octuple, thank you. This is a 7. So those aren't 7s. So these aren't 3s. Right, these aren't 8s because there are 8, 9 pairs looking at them. So now the maximum is 13, right? Because now these can at most be 6 and 7. They'd have to be different. So the maximum is 13. So 8 is just out. And so now these are a 6, 7 pair, and we can color them. Yellow and orange, which means these have to also be a 6, 7 pair because there's no way to make 13 that uses 1, 6, 7 and not 2, 6, 7s. And so that is yellow and that is orange. Josh sending 67 joules for a 67 animation. Excellent. I'm sure the parents out there will love more references to the 6-7 meme. Yeah, the 6-7 is kind of interesting because that means there's a 6 or a 7 in here, and there's a 6 or a 7 in here, which we sort of know. But then there could be an extra one, or they could each be different. We don't quite know exactly what's happening. It is interesting that 3 and 4 live in these cells. Oh, I should probably write down that these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, one of these is just 1, 2, 3. So at least one of these is 4, 6, right? Because one of these is just from 1, 2, 3, so the 4 is pushed up there. So this digit at least, well, I guess I can write down these are 3, 4. Sorry, not 3, 4. 3, 5, 8, 9. I guess that's, sorry, I was going to say, so therefore we can rule out 4 and 6 from these cells, but apparently we've already done that. Oh, right. This cell is just always a 6, 7, as is this one, because we have to put 2 6, 7s in these cells and 2 6, 7s in these cells. We just don't know if these are the same 6-7 or different 6-7s. I proved that the 3-5-8-9s are all... Well, sorry, not all of them. I've only proved that this 3-5-8-9 is not 4 or 6. So this 1-2 shows up on this arrow. I don't quite know what to do with that. As does this. Both 1-2s show up on this arrow. Yeah, we do know there's a blue over here. Okay, we do know this cell's not 6 or 7, for what it's worth. Does my 21 cage have to have a 6 or a 7 in it? It does not. It could be 4, 8, 9, I suppose, is what we have learned. This cell, though, we now know is a little bit restricted because it sees 6, 7, 8, and 9 in various capacities. And 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 5, I think, are the only options for what this cell could be. Oh, but it can't be 5, because there's 5s in these cells just by nature. Okay, so one of these is an 8-9, and the one that's not an 8-9, I guess, is maybe it's less restricted than I was thinking. Oh yeah, the yellow circle is too small now, so the yellow circle goes in one of these cells. The yellow circle also has to go on the 6 arrow for what it's worth. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. As Eric Cartman says. 1, 2, 3 in row 1 in column 9. Okay, we've got a maximum of 1, 1, 2, 3 here. A maximum of 2, 1, 2, 3s over here. I guess maybe said a different way. There's for sure a 1, 2 in here. Yeah, maybe I should color my pinks different colors now. You can become purple. So there's definitely a purple in here. And there's definitely a pink in here. So there's definitely a pink down here. Oh, the other 6, 7 has to be on the region sum line. Oh, that's... Wait, could it be there? And to be a 6? Is there a reason that doesn't work? Oh, the point is just, or it's not Sudoku, it's arithmetic. If I don't use a 6, 7, we know we only get 1, 8, 9, and 1, 1, 2, 3. So those sum to a maximum of 12. If I'm getting to 17, then I need at least a 5, but they can't be Sudoku by 5. So yeah, so this is the other. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. And so that actually gives us a quadruple in each column. So rule 6 out of these makes these be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except not 4 for those because of that. Oh, we can actually just solve per circle, can't we? Oh, no, not quite, right? We can actually ask, can these be a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple? No, don't they have to be a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple? No, because if they were a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple, no, I would need yellow to be 2. That's okay, right? I can't have the same 6, 7 in both of these, because if I do, they just have a different sum. Because they already have 1 digit in common. They can't have 2 digits in common. Yeah, so these are a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. They're different 6, 7, 8, 9s in both, which means that circle is 2, in order that the sum of these be 34. And that does, in fact, tell us... well, it does put a 2 on both of these things, so that makes these not 2. That one apparently not 2 either. But now that tells us that these 6 7s are different 6 7s. And so these 3 4s are different 3 4s, which means this cell's not a 3, because one of these cages has a 3 and one of them has a 4. Oh, these also see pointing 5s. Very good, because there's 5s from both of those directions. So that means these are actually a 2, 5, 6 triple. Very nice. There's 1 3 and 1 4 total on these arrows. And what Garion is observing is whichever one of these has a 3 7 cage, then also has a 1 5 pair over here. And ergo, this would have to be a 2 4 in that case. So whichever of these cages is 3 7 claims the 4, which means that neither of these is 4. Sadly, that doesn't quite work as well with 4 6. I think it's still possible that these are... Oh, it's not possible that these are double 1. One of these is a 3 because of the pink-purple, right? One of pink and purple is 1, so one of these is not a 1. One of them is a 3. Exactly, one of them is a 3. And that means there's no more 3s anywhere. On these. So the other one's a 1. Oh, yeah, this just is never a 1 because it's got a length 3 arrow pointing at it that sums to 6 or 7. Likewise, this one. Good point. So yeah, one of these two is purple is all I'm claiming. I don't really want to mark that, but it's what I used there. One of these is 3 with a 1 and a 2. One of them is 1 with a 2 and a 4. I don't think that has any commonalities that I can use for other purposes. Agree that these are 1, 2, 3, 5. And we know cells that aren't 2 in them. almost gets us somewhere with this whole 1-3-5 business. Oh, am I supposed to link this 1-3 to these 1-3s? I might be able to do that in some convoluted way. Oh, yeah, that is a virtual quadruple, right? Because there's a 1 or a 2 up here together with this. So this is not 1, 2, 3, or 5. So this is 4, 8, or 9. And we can do exactly the same thing over here with those cells. So this is also 4, 8, or 9. Crazy. Is that telling me that this 21 cage isn't 489 for some reason? Not quite sure. I do agree this cell... Actually, am I sure this cell isn't a 4? Maybe not completely sure. Right. In both of these quads, the 5 is down here. That's a very good point. So that actually places the 5s over here and here, which actually then places the 5 in this box. Okay, so that's going to help with the mapping of the 1-3s that I was talking about doing. I think, possibly. Let's try to do this with ketchuping. Maybe I can't quite get there. Yeah, whichever of these is 1 certainly goes on there, but oh yeah, if neither of these is 4, then they're the same 8, 9, whichever one this one isn't, and that digit just doesn't exist in this box. Or I guess put a different way, one of these two cells is 8, 9, and is an 8, 9 pair looking at one of those two. So one of these is a 4, so therefore that one isn't. I agree with that. Whichever of these two is a 6 is actually the one that's next to the 4. One of these is a 4, 6, because the 6 puts a 1, 2, 3 there, which looks at the 8, 9, which places a 4 there. So yeah, exactly one of these is 4, and the other is the other 8, 9. Whichever one this isn't. If this can't be 5, then I think that's going to do some damage to my quadruple sort of around the outside, but not, but maybe not quite. Close, though. Yeah, I wish I could do slightly better about connecting the colors of the 6, 7s. Like, I know that these are opposites, that just doesn't help me right away. Oh, it seems like Amir can actually do that for me. Amir says this has to go in this cage. Why can't it go there? Feels to me like it could go there. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is always red X because red X isn't purple. And red X is part of this virtual quadruple, right? And so in this virtual quadruple, it can only go there. And likewise, red O goes there for the same reason. Okay, I like that. Let's see. So that means this cell is not 1 or 3. Yeah, this... yeah, okay. So yeah, so you could just do this by... so Garion is telling us to do this by cases. If this is a 7, then we know that there's a 4 over here, so there's a 7 in this cage. And if this is a 6, then we know that this is a 3, 1, 2... Right, sorry. We know, sorry. It's because we know about these being opposites. So I guess the way to say this is one of these is a 7. Whichever one it is, it goes in the 10 cage, and therefore it goes in the opposite corner. So therefore you know the 6s. So yeah, you don't actually need to do this by cases. You just need to say one of these is a 7, and that one always ends up in the cage, and therefore ends up in the opposite corner, which means the opposite arrow ends up there. So yeah, so one of these is orange. And one of these is yellow. Edenzer, I think, tried to articulate this earlier, but I couldn't. Oh, no, it was Amir who said this earlier, but I couldn't quite understand it at the time. Okay, which means that this is orange, and this is yellow. I'm going to get rid of the yellow-orange coloring on the 7. I think that's going to confuse me. So, so therefore one of these is yellow, and we know which one it is. It's this one, because yellow can't go in the other one. So this is yellow, and this is green. And now one of these is orange, and it's not this one. So this one's blue, and this one is orange. Okay, so we can do our 6, 7, 8, 9 business. Like that. And so therefore this digit is a 5. Very nice. Okay, that is very nice. So now that's a 5, which goes with a 7, 9 always. So now I do know that this digit is not a 9 because of the weird, is this a 2-string kite? I never know what a 2-string kite is. But the point is, one of these two is a 9 and one of these two is a 9, so therefore neither of these is a 9. is the point. So these are actually a 4-8 pair now, because remember, only one of them is a 4. And therefore they're a 4-8 pair, which looks at this, which now makes that digit a 9. Which, funnily enough, tells me it's a 9 without telling me anything about anything. Oh, and now this isn't a 5, 7, or a 9, chat would like me to note. So this is a 1, 3. And it's the XE 1, 3, because the OE 1, 3 sees that one. So the XE 1, 3 is in one of these two cells. The diamond really doesn't want to be the X. Oh, this isn't a 1, 3 anymore. Oops. So this is a 2 or a 5. There's a 7 down here somewhere now. It's not there. Uh, 6 in box 5 is not here. 6 in box 5 is not here. So the 6 in box 5 lay in one of these two cells. Wrong two cells? Oh, sorry, it's 3 cells, isn't it? It's 3 cells, because it could be there, too. This cell sees yellow and orange, so it's not actually there. And so now we have a 6 looking down at this. So now yellow is 7. And orange is 6. And so now orange is 6. So that's going to do a lot. Okay, we're going to, I think, now get rid of all the coloring, because I think now the coloring, maybe it's not quite moot yet. That does place 6 there. So that is 9 and 7. These are 1 and 2 with a 3. This is 1 with a 2 and a 4. So that is a 7 and a 3, which has made circle the 1, like that. Okay, so we can get rid of the hideous X through the diamond for... I forget whether it was D-Web or David that was most bothered by it. It was quite bothersome, I admit. Okay, so green is 8. Blue is 9. Okay, pink is 2. Purple is 1. Okay, so now I think we can get rid of all the coloring. Okay, so that is a 5 and a 3 and a 4, 8, 3. That is an 8 because of the 2, 4 pair there. That is a 5 and a 2. Okay, so that was good. That was good. Let's do a little mark of the grid. So we get 4, 2, 9. 2, that's a... Oh, sorry, that's not a 1, 4 pair. Don't listen to me, but that's a 4. So that's an 8, 1, 4, 1, 3, 5, 8, 7. 6, 4, 2, 1. 2. 1, 9, 8. 5, 1... I didn't mention being bothered by the XO, but I did think it. Or 2, 5, and 6. That was adorable as a puzzle. That was very cool. I love how much sort of all of the stuff was ambiguous until the very end, and then everything was ultimately resolved by this digit, I think, at the end of the day. That was very cool. Very nicely done to Playmaker with that puzzle. Alrighty, well, I had a very fun stream today. I hope you also had a fun stream today. I'll be back next Sunday with more stream. But in the meantime, there is still plenty of stuff to come. Artisan of Glimeth, the finale of Super Sudokuoid, which includes one puzzle that I think is the best of all the puzzles in Super Sudokuoid, is I think the next one coming up. There's also one other puzzle that is, we'll say, not the best puzzle in Super Sudokuoid, that is also coming up. So if you want to see, I think there's sort of spread across 3 episodes, so you can see how it goes. And Artisans of Glimeth, if you like the pencil puzzle stuff, I think you'll really dig the Artisans of Glimeth stuff. So there is plenty of that coming on. I am told that there's even compass puzzles later in Artisans of Glimeth, which I cannot wait to see. But for now, thank you so much to everyone for hanging out, and I'll be back next time. Bye for now. Oh, I should also, by the way, thank the Turbines who support the channel and encourage you to support the channel as well. I can never remember everything I'm supposed to say in the outro. I'm a bad YouTuber. But thank you to David for donating today. Also to David for being a Turbine, Daniel, Ilsef, Franco, Nell, Nordy, and Plonktime. Thank you so much to everyone. Do like the stream, yes. Please leave a comment about how great the stream was, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.